In this video, we are going to talk about why Cal linebacker Teddye Buchanan has all the makings of being the next potential Fred Warner. I covered Cal last year. I was able to be on the sidelines for 4 games shooting, and one of my favorite players, my favorite player to cover last year was linebacker Teddye Buchanan. You can see we got the film loaded up. We got a couple clips to look through. But when fans, I'm sure, especially of the 49ers, hear how can this guy from Cal be compared to the best linebacker in football? This guy must be crazy. Well, let's just take a look at the raw measurables, right? So when you look at Fred Warner and you look at what he did at the combine, very similar to Teddye Buchanan. Fred Warner ran a 4.64 40, whereas Teddye Buchanan ran a 4.6 flat. And then I actually believe he can run faster than that. Teddye Buchanan's pro day is coming up. So I would not be surprised to see him in the kind of 4-5 range at his pro day. When you look at Fred Warner's vertical from the NFL Combine, 38.5-inch vert. When you look at Teddye Buchanan, 40-inch vert, which had him first out of all linebackers at the Combine. When you look at Fred Warner's broad jump of 119 inches and then compare that to Teddye Buchanan, which was 125 inches, and then you compare their bench presses, 21 reps at 225 for Fred Warner, 26 bench press reps at 225 for Teddye Buchanan. And when you look at their size, Fred Warner's 6'3", he comes in at about 236 pounds, at least tested at the combine. And then when you look at Buchanan's measurables, 6'2", 233. So Fred, I think, has a little bit more length than Teddye, but I mean, they even look similar in frame. They're just absolutely jacked. And so not only do they test very similarly, but they play similarly too, and which is why Teddye has been on my radar since last season while I was covering Cal as a guy that I knew I was going to focus heavily on in regards to draft and what I do think the 49ers should look at in regards to replacing Dre Greenlaw. So let's get into the film and we'll show some of the actual abilities on the field of why I think Teddye could absolutely be a guy. And you just see the athletic ability. He is very good in coverage. Again, something very similar to what Fred Warner is good at. But keep in mind, you're like, well, that's not Cal. He started out at UC Davis, then he transferred over to Cal, where he continued to thrive. He has been absolutely phenomenal at Cal since he's transferred from UC Davis. And you can see him working through the mess in order to finally get his hands on the football and then rip out the ball. So this is Hunter at running back. He will likely be drafted. This is Auburn in the SEC. So that's a good running back. You can see they keep him up. He comes in and rips the ball out. And this just, again, his ability on top of smarts. He is not fooled by the looks like a tight end coming across the formation, and then he puts himself in between the tight end and the quarterback. So to allow the quarterback to not run, and then he's in the passing lane so he can obstruct the pass as well. He is also a phenomenal pass rusher. He is really good at getting downhill and getting after the quarterback. I mean, the fact that he can make it through all that wash, come away with the sack. Again, you'll see his ability to spy here. Kyle McCord with Syracuse. You could see how quickly he can close ground and make this play unable to work. Here's some more of his coverage abilities. As you can see at UC Davis, taking it to the crib on an interception. Again, his ability to spy, which is so important in today's NFL with the mobile quarterbacks that can tuck it and run. And so having two linebackers, again, like Fred and Teddie in the same backfield could be absolutely huge. Obviously, the 49ers are going to be without Dre Greenlaw. So getting someone who can be that level of player is needed. And you can see right here his ability to drop into coverage, make a play, almost makes a beautiful one-handed interception here. This is against Pitt. And you can just see his ability to fly sideline to sideline, making plays left and right. So this is just a small sample. Like, this doesn't even fully really showcase what he is capable of. Again, as someone who watched him for 4 games up close and personal, on top of the other games that I watched of Cal, Teddie is a phenomenal prospect. And also being able to cover Cal, I sat in on multiple of Teddye Buchanan's press conferences. So I got to kind of get to know the person a little bit, kind of understand how he views the game in wins and losses. And he to me, he's the full package. Like, he's made up of the right mentality. He's a guy who started at UC Davis, then went to Cal. Cal's not like a crazy, big program or anything like that. So he's had to fight and claw for everything that he's gotten. And all he's done at Cal is produce as a 5th-year senior. And again, I think that what the 49ers have shown is that they love the experience. And this guy has so much experience in college. He has over 222 tackles in college, which is fantastic. He has 28 quarterback hurries. He has 10 sacks, 43 total pressures, which is pretty solid. He has 3 interceptions throughout, or not 3, 8 interceptions throughout his career in college. He added a touchdown as well. He is a guy, like I mentioned, he can do it in coverage. He could do it in the run game. He can rush the passer. He can do it in a multitude of different ways. And this is a guy that I would be absolutely ecstatic about to have on the San Francisco 49ers. And, I don't think level of play or anything like that is an issue for him after just 1 season at Cal. This is a guy that I think the San Francisco 49ers need to look at in regards to replacing Dre Greenlaw. And if they want a like-minded, individual, like as we've seen with Fred Warner, Teddye Buchanan seems like the perfect fit for that. I've been asked a lot about what his draft ranking is, or like where he's slotted to be. I believe that he is a 3rd-round prospect. I believe he has a ceiling of being able to be as high as a late 2nd rounder. and I would say his floor is about a 4th rounder. So that's where I'm slotting him. Very similar to where Fred Warner was drafted, who he was taken in the top of the 3rd round by the San Francisco 49ers. I feel like he's in that range. He might be a guy who slides to the 5th based on being a Cal player, former UC Davis. Maybe teams aren't high on the pedigree, but again, I've seen this guy up close and personal too many times, sat on multiple press conferences. He's for real. Like, he's the real deal. And I think the 49ers would hit an absolute home run by drafting Teddye Buchanan. If they got him in the 3rd round, he could be a day 1 starter, in my opinion, as a rookie. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But this is a player, whether he gets drafted by the 49ers or not, he's a player you need to know about, because I do think he will be a big-time player in the league. Of course, we got to see how it all plays out, but let me know what you think. Should the 49ers go after Teddye Buchanan? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.